بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين وبعد. There's a famous Arabic statement, proverb, that says, الدنيا بالوسائل لا بالفضائل. In this world, if you want to reach to the top and want to be successful, the reality is, oftentimes it's not about your credentials. It's not about your qualifications. It's about your connections. Just look at politics today and you'll realize that right away. High positions of politics, this person knows this senator, this person knows that congresswoman, this person knows that person, and somehow they find their way into elite positions by means of their connections, not their merit or qualifications. Think about a number of presidents we had in our past, in terms of political acumen, in terms of war strategy, in terms of just basic IQ, they were not the most intelligent people for sure. Yet they became the president and leader of America. So the world functions on a very unique scale, based on connections and based on who knows who. The akhirah is not like that. In the afterlife, my connections are meaningless. On the Day of Judgment, I can't just walk up there and say, Ya Allah, I am the son of a scholar. I am the relative of a very wealthy person who used to give charity. My uncle did this, my cousin did this, my son did this. All of those criteria are meaningless. The hadith that we're going to cover today highlights this very fact, that in this world, success oftentimes is not about what you do, it's about who you know. Think about it. If a person is caught doing something and the law would say he is in trouble, he would say, okay, no, I know this person in government, I know that person, and the biggest criminals, somehow they find their way to get out of trouble. Because why? They have connections. Again, if you want a few examples, just think about when the previous president, he gave a presidential kind of clearance for a number of criminals just by saying that, you know what, based on me, I'm giving him a pardon. Absolute criminal. Absolute criminal. But how did he get a pardon? He was friends with the president said, I give him a pardon, no questions asked. On the Day of Judgment, it will not work like this. Ya Allah, I knew such and such person, so enter me into Jannah. It doesn't work like that. And Nabi ﷺ, in very articulate, eloquent terms, and very succinct terms, he explains this concept. He says, وَمَنْ بَطَّأَ بِهِ عَمَلُهُ لَمْ يُسْرِعْ بِهِ نَسَبُهُ وَمَنْ بَطَّأَ بِهِ عَمَلُهُ لَمْ يُسْرِعْ بِهِ نَسَبُهُ. Bata'a means to be slow. When somebody is very slow, you say bati. It's very slow. مَنْ بَطَّأَ بِهِ عَمَلُهُ. If my actions are very minimal, on the Day of Judgment, everybody's coming with their deeds, and those with a lot of good deeds, the fuel of the good deeds are making them move very fast. On the Sirat, they're flying, going to Jannah. This Sahabi is coming, he's flying, he's going to Jannah. This very salih person flying, going to Jannah. My actions are very meek, haven't done anything. My sins are mountains. Man batta'a bihi amalu. My a'mal, they're not propelling me forward. Lam yusri' bihi nasabuhu. Your connections, who my father was, who my uncle is, who my cousin is, none of that's going to help. None of that's going to help until I can show my actions. Oftentimes, we do this, right? In my life, I haven't done anything. Many people I know, they say, I haven't done anything. I don't pray salah, I don't fast, I don't do anything. But you know what? I sponsor some orphans, and inshallah those orphans will do good deeds, and hopefully I'll go to Jannah with that as well. Yes, definitely. Giving charity, sponsoring orphans, their good deeds are going to come onto your scale. But think about it this way. If I'm driving a truck and the truck breaks down, and I have a small Honda Civic. I have a small Honda Civic that's working, and I want to pull this huge truck using that Honda Civic. You think that truck is going to go anywhere? No, that Civic is not going to move. It doesn't have the horsepower. I can do all of these small deeds, but my life is in a rut. My life is, I'm not praying salah, I'm doing and eating haram. A lot of people have this mentality where they feel the actions of other people are going to admit me into Jannah. I'm going to sponsor the masjid. I'm going to give my yearly, just give some money to the masjid, and inshallah all of those good deeds are going to get me into Jannah. Yes, that's going to add to the mizan al-hasanat, but man batta'a bihi amaluhu, if my actions are not enough, they're not going to take me anywhere. Worse yet are people who feel, in my family, my uncle, he was a big scholar. My dad, he was a very pious person. I'm from a very pious family. Do you know that in my family and back at home, they're very religious and they used to do this and that. On the Day of Judgment, inshallah, I'm going to hold their feet and go. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. We need to be prepared for ourselves. Al-kayyisu man dana nafsah. Intelligent is that person who prepares for himself. Because on the Day of Judgment, Allah describes in very vivid terms what's going to happen. That يَوْمَ يَفِرُّ الْمَرْءُ مِنْ أَخِيهِ وَأُمِّهِ وَأَبِيهِ وَصَاحِبَتِهِ وَبَنِيهِ لِكُلِّ امْرِئٍ مِّنْهُمْ يَوْمَئِذٍ شَأْنٌ يُغْنِيهِ. The father running away from the son, husband running away from the wife, child running away from the parent. Nobody's going to have time for family relationships there. Every person is going to be so preoccupied. So when we think about preparation for the afterlife, yes, we're investing in different things. I'm giving a charity here. I'm sponsoring a hafiz over here. I'm giving my I'm giving to the masjid over there. These deeds, wallahi, are very important. Without these deeds, we may not go into Jannah. The dua of an orphan, the dua of a person praying salah, the dua of a hafiz may take me, inshallah. But on that day, if I've lived a reckless life, I have nothing to present to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So in summary, it's a very long hadith we've been discussing for a few days. And the conclusion of this hadith is, on the Day of Judgment, I need to prepare certain things for myself. To the point, some people say, my child, he's going to become a hafiz. And we know that the reward of a hafiz is, the hafiz, his mother, her father, will be given the crown. Inshallah, we're very optimistic. But that doesn't mean I have the license to do what? To go and be reckless. If I have insurance in my car, I'm not going to slam my car into a wall. Just because I have insurance doesn't mean I can be reckless. I have full insurance, fully covered. I'll take my brand new car and just smash it in. No, you don't work like that. Likewise, my child, hafiz, mashallah. My sadaqah, mashallah. But I need to prepare something. And what can we prepare? Basics, our salah, our zakah, maintaining a Muslim identity, avoiding what is haram. And inshallah, on the Day of Judgment, Allah will admit us into paradise. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to inspire us to be prepared for that day where no one is going to come to help us. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us the fuel that we need to quickly go into Jannah. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us a means of gathering other people under the shade of Allah, and we can all go to Jannah together. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Subhanallah wa bihamdih. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Jazakumullahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.